citizens. Yeah, I mean, come on.
What are you doing?
This is chess.
Why'd I have to show you this?
I showed you.
Why'd I show you
anything?
this stuff? I'm the one who showed him about this move to prevent that.
Please.
He keeps using my own stuff against me. But
I got that from Duckworth. Duckworth said to do that. Thanks, Duck.
The point of that is to prevent this from happening.
Let Mike play his game.
Yeah, let Mike play something.
Thank you.
Do you ever see? He just touched 4 different pieces.
Relax.
I want this on video. He touched 4 different pieces.
Make you move.
4 different pieces.
Make you move.
He's exploding in the center, Dave.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That's what that knife move was.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
I didn't saw it.
You didn't
Now
saw
you
it?
saws it, okay?
But I'm such a fish. It's not even funny.
I know you are.
Why didn't I just take that?
Because you're not
Something
that
wrong
good.
there,
You know you're
Skizball?
good.
Why didn't I just take that freaking thing?
Because you're not that good. I keep telling you.
It was free.
I keep telling you you're not that good.
Something wrong? I'm going to have to do a duck on you.
I had a free pawn.
A full duck.
You got
The
a
full duck.
nothing.
No, I had a free pawn.
I can do it, right?
Trust me.
I mean, you don't have a.
I messed up.
You didn't mess up. What was your first clue? Don't worry, the dog knows. Give up, butcher. You've been butchered again.
Do you see this guy going ahead and developing and everything?
Yeah, isn't it something?
I'm not talking about you.
What? I'm talking to you.
Baby Stu.
Baby seal. Bye. Bye. Queen out is your only hope.
What about Bishop out?
I don't know. I guess that I'd have to clean this square, Kai. I'd have to clean this square if he played Bishop out.
Oh, that's
If he played Bishop out, I'd have to clean the square.
I see.
Biting your,
You know,
biting
starting
your,
to make a nuisance yourself.
you know.
Did you say bye already, Carl?
What's that?
You know that? You're starting to make a nuisance of yourself.
Oh my God.
Do you know that?
This is just. Carl, say bye. That's embarrassing.
What, the way you play chess? I've always thought so.
That's embarrassing.
You are really starting to annoy me.
It's going to get a lot worse.
Is it really?
Oh, yes.
You promise?
Yeah.
You don't win this.
What? You know,
mental strength.
Duckworth, you're next.
Yeah. Sure. Not really. In his imaginary world. In his imaginary world, I lost. In the real world, I didn't lose.
don't worry, Butcher. They're gonna be writing tales about this.
What kind of moves that?
I don't know. Definitely not afraid.
Butcher,
You know, that's for
they're gonna be
sure.
writing tales about this.
Oh my gosh.
Butcher, they're gonna be writing tales about
See this guy?
Tales about this, Butcher.
You see this guy go?
You're not that good.
You know, this looks like a duck position. Like
You
Duck
bring
would have
down
done
my
this.
game. I shouldn't
Put
be
that in
playing
there!
you.
Put that in there! Thanks to all my fans! Oh, you supported me! And look at, I can butcher them! Oh! You have to make just the right play! Just the right play! Oh my gosh, the sequence of moves, it just flowed.
The high pump Kool-Aid.
It flowed. And he started the game by asking what kind of opening is this? The kind that beats you quick. Sorry, I had to rub it in.
Hot
Butch.
Butch
I'm sorry, Butch. I
Hot
had to rub
Butch
it in.
Kool-Aid.
Butch,
And I was.
that is, I'm showing a lack of sportsmanship.
Hey guys, Brian here. Hope you enjoyed the game. Man, you gotta love Carl's enthusiasm when he wins, man. It's like a kid getting his like perfect Christmas present or something, and that enthusiasm is kind of like what I want everyone to have when they learn the game and play it and start getting good at it. And it's just really fun to see that enthusiasm from time to time, man. And Butcher, it happens to us all, man. It happens to us all. Didn't like world champion Anon resign on move 6 in one big game? There's a famous game like that because he kind of screwed up the opening. And if it happens to a world champion like Anon, it can happen to anybody. So feel your pain, Butcher, man. And just that one opening, yeah, kind of got screwed up here, as we'll see in the analysis. And we're gonna go over how Butcher could have avoided that situation, as well as some other lines for White, for Carl, that he could have used to checkmate Butcher. And yeah, you got to play really precise in these games. Can't let Black get away. And Carl doing a nice job of corralling the king and going in for the mate. So nicely done by both players, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of the game in the comments below. If you want to get Carlini a cup of coffee, his link is in the video description. Check out all the other links there as well. All the Amazon links to chess gear you see. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss future videos. Alright, so first question we have to address is how could have Butcher avoided that whole mess? So in this position, knight takes c3 was played, and then we have b takes. Then in the game, bishop g6 was played. Let's go move back. It went from -0.3 to 4.5. So let's go move back. Pause the video. Will be another move for Black here. Alright, first things first, Black bishop is under attack, so he might as well kill two birds with one stone by playing bishop e6. Gets out of the attack, as well as provides shelter from any checks by the rook or queen. So follow up here for White, maybe bishop e3. Here comes bishop e7, getting ready castle. Pause the video. What can White play here to stop Black from castling immediately? Alright, he can play something like queen h5. You castle, and I'm just going to checkmate you on this in the corner. So one continuation might be bishop f6. Give me that pawn. Bishop d4, h6. So you no longer have the mate threat, and this could be one continuation. And computer has the game dead even at 0. So that could have been one way to go. So yeah, just kind of that one slip up of giving the open file to the king for the check, and now there's all sorts of nasty stuff coming. And let's go over some defense here. Let's in the game, Butcher decides to walk the king. Let's go move back. We saw what was the problem with bishop e7, right? Carl was going to play here. Let's see what happens with bishop a3. What do you play as Black here? Alright, you gotta play something tricky. You gotta play bishop e4. Reduce the influence of this rook, but you know what's gonna happen, right? That pawn push is gonna come. So, but first things first, bishop takes, queen takes, and f3 has come in. So now what do? Push f5 and take bishop here to prevent from castling, queen h5. Trying to pick up the bishop, but with check. But of course, White has this queen, and this might be one continuation. And obviously, Black is down at bishop, but he has 2, 4, 5, 2, 4. He has 2 pawns for it, but computer has White here at 3.3. Survivable, but Carl will probably grind Butcher down in this position. But you never know what will happen in blitz. So going back here. What about so how does White, what does White do here? Does he play immediately bishop here like we saw on the other line? What else can he do here? Alright, first things first, he can get rid of this bishop first. Bishop takes, and h takes here, and now play bishop a3, and Now black is in some trouble. I mean, if he castles, tries to cut his losses, then you've got this. If he plays anything else, like if he tries to bring the rook up, then it's gonna be really nasty. You're gonna have discovered checks and attacks coming. So, but yeah, that probably yeah. If bishop here, then bishop here would probably be the best move to mitigate all losses. All right, but let's go a little bit later on here, and in the game, Carl decides queen b4 check. Let's go move back. Any other options for white here? These are going to be really good mate and X puzzles for you. These are really, really fun to do. So strap in and see if you can calculate it. All right, one idea is bishop f4 check. And if king c5, then what do you play as white here? Bishop check. If king d6, this is pretty cool. This is a very sneaky one. See if you can find the finishing blow here. Alright, bishop check, bring out the king for the mate right here. Ooh, that's nice. And here in this position, instead of king d6, let's say he pushes d4, what would you play as white here? Bishop takes, check. If king d5, then check, and check. And then you get mated with a pawn. Ouch, that is not nice. And here in this position, instead of king d5, let's say king d6, then check. If king takes, then check, and mate. And going back here, instead of king takes, if king d5, then this is just going to be mate. But let's go here in this position, and in the game, king d7 was played. Let's go move back. What about king c6? If king c6, then this is simply mate. And here, king c8 was played. What about c6? If c6, then what do you play as white here? Queen check, and this is the only move pretty much, and mate. And going here, in the game, king d7 was played. What about king b8? If king b8, simply slide the rook over, and it's mate. And last but not least, if you guys were curious about the finishing blow, I think the game ended here, and here, and then the only defense here is basically c6, but that'll fall to mate. So, oh man! But when the king starts walking that early on in the game, that is not a good sign, and it's scary to see Carl go on the attack because he usually doesn't do that. I've noticed something too. Carl only goes on the attack when he's sure of the calculating moves, when they're all forced. But Dave is kind of like the player where he'll intuitively sack instead of calculating. If he feels there's something there, he'll go for the sack. And maybe he'll calculate a little, but Carl will calculate for sure. He wants forcing moves before going the attack. But really, really fun to see, and happens to us all, Butcher, even to people like Anand. So, but great game by both. Nicely done, Carl. And hope you guys enjoyed the game and the analysis. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification. And thanks. I'll see you guys later.